Hey guys, what's up? It's iFlynn here, and welcome to episode 11 of my Warframe Beginner's Guide for 2021. In today's episode, we're going to be covering how to do your first tri-cap, and now that you've got your upgraded amp, you've got a lot more mods and stuff like that. So for this video, we're going to be using Vaults, the Lanka, and the Sarpa. So if we pause the game, go to Arsenal, we can take a look at the builds that I'm running on these different items. So on Vault, what we're doing is we're building for efficiency, duration, a little bit of speed, and of course survivability. So I've got on Prime Continuity and Narrow Minded for duration, Streamline for efficiency, Natural Talent for casting speed, Vitality and Adaptation for staying alive. That I have Prime Flow on here for more energy, and Preparation so we get all of our energy as soon as we spawn in, so we can speed run and we don't have to use the likes of Energizing Dash or any energy plates to fill our energy up. We just spawn in with 100%. So that is basically that. Prime Sure Fitted, this is a mod that you get after 400 days logged in. You can replace this with Handspring, and then for Prime Flow, Prime Continuity, you can replace those with the normal version of the mod. It doesn't really matter all that much. It's just slight stat buffs, really. So if there's any of these mods that you don't have, down in the description below, there's going to be a link to my website, the Essential Mod page. It'll show you where to farm up these mods if you don't have them. And then Cruise Projection, that's our Aura mod. Again, you can swap this out for like Deadeye or something like that. Don't stress too much if you don't have this, because this is just going to reduce the Eidolon's armor, which we're going to be able to do anyway with the Sarpa, with the Shattering Impact mod, right? So one thing that I will say whenever it comes to the Eidolon's armor is with the Sarpa, we're able to spam our heavy attack on him. And because we have Shattering Impact equipped, that is just going to reduce his armor by a certain amount each time. If you shoot the Sarpa at him too much, his health bar is going to turn red beneath his shields. And that basically tells you that all of his armor is gone. And if all of his armor is gone, then that radiation damage bonus we're going to get is going to be gone as well. So you don't want to completely strip away his armor. You just want to reduce it. So maybe shoot him like only 2 times, because you have to account for other players in your squad potentially shooting at him as well, because, you know, not everybody, especially in random groups, is going to be on the same page, right? So this is the Sarpa build that I'd recommend running. It's just more or less attack speed and Shattering Impact on, and that's basically that. And then on our Lanka, we want to build like this. So we have Hellfire and Stormbringer for our radiation, Vigilante Armaments for some multi-shot, Battle Acceleration for fire rate, because this is a charge up weapon. You need to hold left click and then let it go to shoot. Duration for damage, Split Chamber for multi-shot, Point Strike, and Vital Sense for crit chance and crit damage. Don't worry too much about terminal velocity, and don't worry at all about this primary deadhead. You just won't have the Exilus thing required to equip terminal velocity to the slot. And then primary deadhead, you just won't have this anyway. So just copy this here build. And then the other thing that I want to show you guys is a Wisp Eidolon build, because I asked you guys to pick up Wisp after you killed the Eidolon. This would be a build that you'd run on her, and this is more or less just for her first ability. So her first ability gives you max health and health per second from the Vitality mode, and it gives you a speed multiplier and a fire rate bonus from the haste mode, right? So we're basically building around that, just building around power strength for the buff, and then power duration for, you know, how long it lasts. And that is pretty much that. Again, don't worry too much about the Arcanes. You won't have the Arcanes because you haven't done a lot of Eidolons, but this is the build. And then whenever it comes to our operator for this video, I'm going to be using the 1-2-3 amp that we crafted, and I'm also going to be using Madarai with Void Strike. Now, you might not have this yet. Don't stress too much about it, but you want to like invest into Madarai, pick up Void Strike as soon as possible, then pick up Inner Gaze and Eternal Gaze, as these are going to help with how often you can shoot your amp and stuff like that. So with all that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead, jump into a tri-cap lobby here. So we're just going to go ahead, go back to my Vault, because Vault is kind of the one that I can carry on if needs be, because remember, whenever you're jumping into like a public group, you may or may not get, you know, competent people, but chances are you might. So just come to Konzu, select the Eidolon Call Bounty, and come up to the door. Make sure that your matchmaking is set to public in the pause menu. And we're going to go through this big gate. I'm not going to cut any of this. I'm just going to show you guys everything that's going on, because chances are, like, maybe some people are already in here doing some stuff. So the first thing that we want to do is jump into our Arcwing, and we want to go ahead and get some lures. Now, I acknowledge that this is not the optimal route for getting the lures. There are ways to get the lures and also like force spawn in the bombs that you need to charge them, but just for sake of simplicity, all I'm going to do is show you these 2 locations here to get the lures. Now, what we need to do is we do need to look around 4 bombs and kill them around the lure to sort of charge them up. Again, like I said, there is a way to force spawn them in, but I'm not going to be showing that in today's video just for sake of simplicity. We're just going to fly around and, you know, hopefully see if we could see the bombs flying around so we can charge them whenever we're going to kill the Eidolon, right? So the Eidolon is all the way over here. Now, one thing to note with the 1-2 amp, this guy's using a big laser beam here, but you got to go beneath the Eidolon and then put up your volt shields and then shoot through his leg, because if you shoot through his leg, you're actually dealing multiple instances of damage, and that's going to make his shield go down a lot faster. So his shield is already gone. There's also a bomb around here, so that's probably went into one of the lures already. So all we have to do is wait for another 2 bombs to go into our lure, and then it'll be glowing, and then we can actually take away the or destroy the first limb of one of the Eidolons, right? So there was 2 bombs there. I think they died and went into the lure. Can't really see. I've lost them. I can't see them anymore, but I think they're dead. So you just have to wait for this to be charged up. So I'm not seeing any right now. All right, so one of our lures is charged up, and somebody just went ahead, sniped off one of the limbs, and you'll see that the lure connected to the Eidolon there. And yep, that basically means that whenever we destroy the limb, he's not going to TP away. The consequence of not having the lure charged up is that whenever you break the limb, he's just going to TP away and go somewhere else. So if you were doing Eidolons with the Moamp, which you should have been, I guess, like just to get the stuff to what's it called, get your 1-2 amp, you'll notice that this here amp that we've got is way stronger. Another thing to note is that if there's a bomb near the Eidolon and the shield is gone, the bomb is gonna like regen the shield of the Eidolon, right? So I think this Eidolon is still connected to a bomb because I'm not dealing any damage. Okay, there we go. I wasn't dealing any damage with my amp. So you want to make sure that you kill any bombs that are around the Eidolon, not only to charge up your what's it called, your lures, but also to, you know, just make it so he doesn't regen a shield, right? So he's down. Whenever you see this big roar, just go into your operator and then go into your stealth form, and that's going to make it so you don't take any damage, which is really nice. And now we just more or less do the same thing. Put up your volt shield, shoot through it, and then go ahead and destroy the limb whenever his shield is down. So pretty easy. So like I said, you got to make sure that you're completely zoomed in with your Lanka, because you can see on the right hand side there we have an 8 times or a 0.5 critical chance put us there, which is really nice, right? So we're on to our final limb. So this is the last shield stage, I guess. You just go ahead, shoot for it. I'm standing in a spot that I really shouldn't be because there's damage in the ground, and we just go ahead and shoot at the limb like so. Oh, there you go. So again, like I said, there's way more optimal ways of going about doing an Eidolon, right? So I'll be making more videos in future whenever it comes to like optimal things to do, but this is just like a general, hey, this is how you kill Eidolons with bolts, the Lanka and the Sarpa. I haven't actually stripped the armor away from this guy, so if we just do that, that's going to strip away a little bit of his armor. It's just going to make it easier to kill whenever he stands up from this regen phase, I guess. But what you really want to do is just place a few volt shields around and then fully scope in, wait for his wait for him to become immune or vulnerable, I guess, and then just start shooting. And there you go, that's him captured because we had 2 of the lures. So you need 1 lure per 2 limbs. The next Eidolon that we're gonna fight, the Gunchulus, he has 6 limbs. So he's 2 at his back, 1 on each of his arms, and 1 on each of his legs, right, or his knees. Make sure, very important, to pick up your Eidolon shards here. And what we're doing is we're heading over to the Gara Lake, the Gara Tot Lake. There's gonna be this little shrine over here, right? So what we do is we place our Eidolon shard over here. Everyone in the team has to place their shard here, so I have to wait on our teammates. My teammates were kind of slow. So here's the guy spawning from the lake, and what you can do is just go ahead and place your shields. And you can actually already start shooting at it, right? So we're just taking the shields as much as possible with this 1-2-3 amp. So I have to regen my stuff here. And now we just blast his limbs. There you go. So it's pretty straightforward, right? I would actually say that the Gunshielists and the Hydralists are actually a lot easier because they're bigger, they're easier to hit, and you know, they have to actually come up out of the water and you can still damage them while they're doing that, right? So again, we just go ahead, go through his leg to get multiple instances of damage. If he slams down, just make sure to jump so you don't get knocked on your operator, because your operator doesn't benefit from any of the mods that you've got equipped to your what's it called? Your Warframe? So, there you go. And again, we're doing all this whenever we have at least one fully charged lure. If we didn't have a fully charged lure on this guy, he just do the same as the Terrorist. He would just teleport away. So, get our shields down. Get free his leg. And there we go. Now we just want to go ahead and destroy one of his limbs. Very nice. Now we wait. Why does his little thing? I think our lure got destroyed. So yeah, this is the problem with having no Wisp on your team. Your lures are gonna die. Oh, never mind. They were just invisible, I think. They're right there still. But yeah, having a Wisp on your team is gonna make it so you, as a team member, don't die, and you're also like more efficient with your weapon, right? Because you're able to shoot faster. But yeah, Wisp just makes this a lot easier. You don't have to worry about your lures dying or anything like that. It's just way better. This is a little thing. We're in void mode, doesn't matter. We're also getting increased damage from our void strike, remember? So as we stay invisible, you might see the multiplier or the little buff that appears in the top right beside my health. You see how it says 8 and then times 1.13. Well, that is Void Strike, and it increases every time that I go into my Void mode. Ideally, you want to be getting like a 5 times multiplier on it, and that's going to increase your damage by a lot. I think these guys are using Necromex from Heart of Deimos to actually deal damage right there, which I don't recommend. Like, you can do Eidolons way before you even invest into Necromex. You know, you just have to get yourself a good sniper and good mods, really. So I am out of... There we go. Are you able to shoot me yet? I am. Okay, there we go. This is the one in the back. One of the limbs. There you go. Well, I don't think he's... Yeah, he is not dying as. Okay. So, we just sit and wait. This is where a lot of the bombs are going to spawn in. During this phase, you want to make sure that everybody in the lobby is near the Eidolon, because if they're near the Eidolon, that's going to spawn all the bombs in around them, so you don't have any charged lures. Now is the time to charge them. If you're far away from the Eidolon, the bombs are going to be spawning in different areas, and it's just going to make it a little bit harder to spawn the bombs, right? So, we have 2 charged lures. We need another charged lure, or else we'll be able to kill him. Don't kill. We need to charge a lure. So if I just go ahead and do this, there we go. Now you can do it. So you just start blasting him. Wait for Lanka, and that's it. Easy peasy. And he's captured. So again, we're waiting for, what's it called? Him to die or be captured. And then we pick up our shards and we go and we rinse and repeat the process. We put our shard into the thing. Little shrine. Right here. If it gives me the prompt, that would be very nice. We're gonna have to wait for the bounty thing to complete, actually. Oh, never mind, he's able to put his in. And put his in next. There you go, there's mine. And we have to wait for this other guy to come and put his in. Now, the only thing I'm worried about here is we don't have another charged up lure. So we want to get that charged ASAP. Otherwise, I'm going to have to chase around the Eidolon. There was a few bombs floating around here. So what you can do, again, go ahead, charge or kill the bomb. And then go over to the lure that you want to charge up. I'll do the same here. Gotta pick up those little orbs. There we go. And he's fully charged. I'm just going to make this follow me. And we're basically doing the same again. Like this here guy will mess you up because lightning and just area perfectibilities are very annoying. So this is the reason why you want to make sure that you got adaptation on. And you know, a decently ranked vitality. On my build, because I was only able to fit on like I don't know, I forget the value of it, but I wasn't able to fit on a max rank vitality. So I went for a sort of scuffed one because I sort of like, I don't know, I just value everything else really. Another thing you can get from Unco, I didn't mean to press 4 there, I thought I figured that. Another thing you can get from Unco is a arcane called Magus Elevate, which I'll show you guys after this Eidolon fight. And what that does is it allows you to go into your operator and then have a what's it called? A chance to heal yourself, right? So it's really nice. Very nice. Okay, so another mechanic. You see that little purple portal there? That is going to basically make the bombs immune. So you want to destroy that You want to destroy that purple portal. There we go. That's what I wanted to say. And then that's whenever you can kill the bombs. Because remember, the bombs will give this guy extra shield and make it so you have to go back into your operator to bring down his shield again. And it's going to be a big old shield stab, man. But you can see, like, you know, I'm actually getting blasted out of my operator because of the lightning and the stuff that this guy is putting onto the ground, right? Well, let's just go ahead and get the guys back. There is like a specific order that you want to shoot the limbs in to make him fall a certain way, but again, that is more for an optimized guide. We're just kind of doing like a general, hey, this is how you do the tri-cap, so you can start getting more shards and upgrade your focus and stuff like that, you know? So here we go, this is perfect. He lifted up his leg, not so perfect. Get through his leg. Hopefully my teammates can finish it off and I can get ready to blast one of his limbs down. So I use the primary fire whenever I just need to get a few quick shots off on him, you know? That green stuff you want to avoid. And this would be a lot easier, again, if we had a Wisp, because I wouldn't have to worry about going in and out of my operator to heal myself as much because of the health regen that we'd be getting from Wisp, you know? Just keep shooting. The primary fire also costs less than the alt fire as well. That's another thing to note in terms of like energy, right? We have our free lures that we need, so we're pretty set for a capture here. We go again. So we got one of the portals here. We just go ahead and alt fire that. Just spam our amp with the little bombs there so it doesn't give them the shields. And it's this one right here. There you go. So how many limbs we got left? We've got one limb at his back left. So we just set up below him. Just get up for his leg. And knock out of our operator. Go back in. Go back out. Put down his shield. Start shooting at the limbs. And there we go. Now he's gonna go down. Do his little like roar thing. So during this phase, normally what you would have is like a Haro. Haru's fourth ability makes everyone in the squad completely immune to all damage, and also the damage absorbed will be converted into bonus crit chance whenever the invulnerability phase ends, right? So what you can then do is just like spam the heck out of Eidolon's head and constantly like red crit or orange crit depending on the weapon and the build that you're using, and kill him really, really, really fast. So because Eidolons are like a time-gated thing, they only happen at nighttime. A lot of effort has been put into like optimizing these runs by the Warframe community. Like I said, what I'm showing you guys right now is nowhere near optimal. It's just to show you like, hey, you know, you can do it with the Lanka and with the 1-2-3 amp and a bolt and maybe a Wisp, you know. So you want to start doing tri-caps as soon as possible, because tri-caps are going to get you better arcanes. They're going to get you more cores, so ranking up the quills is going to be a lot easier. And where did all the shards spawn there? I don't see them. There they are. So if you've got Itzel, you can go ahead and fly into the rewards and then press free with Itzel. And then to view everything that you got, just going to come to this gate over here. And we can take a look and see what we got whenever we get in here. Whenever the teammates hurry up. That'd be very nice. Hello, teammates. Be fast, man. So, like, if you want to do speedrun Eidolon runs, you wouldn't be doing it in public groups. You'd be making your own group with your own friends and stuff like that from your clan or other people who are on the same page and have learned the optimized setup. This is just to show you that as a solo player, if you have the Lanka, if you have the Sarpa, if you have a Vault Warframe, and you have decent builds, then you can successfully do a tri-cap even in a random group, you know? So there was no one there that was like super toxic because we weren't doing it in the optimal way. If anybody's being toxic about it and you're new to the game, just ignore them. You know, you can right click a person's thing and press ignore, you know. Just don't worry about people being toxic. But we can see that we got Arcane Nullifier, which is really good for Eidolon hunts because it makes us invulnerable to whenever he falls down and is doing his roar thing. We got Arcane Ultimatum, which is on finisher kill, 25% chance for 200% armor. That's pretty meh. Or 200 plus armor. It's pretty meh. And then Arcane Velocity on crit hit, 50% chance for 20% more fire at the pistols for 2 seconds. That's meta on Mesa. Mesa is a really, really, really good frame. So if you want to do that again, you just go to Konzu and then just start it again. Pretty simple. But what I want to show you guys up here is the arcanes that I want you guys to go ahead and pick up. So if you go to Price Wares, we can see that we have Magus Elevate. So on rank 5, on transference in, so whenever you're going into your operator, 95% chance to restore 300 health to your Warframe. Insanely good, insanely strong. And then we have Virtuous Shadow. So on headshot, 40% chance for 60% critical chance for 12 seconds. So you might have noticed with your alt fire on your amp, your 1-2-3 amp, that sometimes it deals a lot of damage, sometimes it doesn't deal a lot of damage. That's basically just it critting, right? And what this arcane allows is for you to dash across the Eidolon's head, like back and forth with your operator. You can dash for it. And what that is going to do is potentially proc this arcane and make it so that you have more crit chance. So you're getting those bigger numbers more consistently, right? And that is pretty much that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this short little guide on how to do a tri-cap, like your first introduction to a tri-cap. Again, like I said, that was not optimal. There is way more optimized strats that you can do. You can like force spawn in bombs. You can get the lures in specific orders to spawn in the bombs. You can destroy the limbs in specific orders so the Eidolon falls in a certain way. You can have predetermined places to place your vault shields and stuff like that. Like the community has put in a lot of effort into just maximizing, min-maxing these runs because it's time limited, right? You can only do so many. And I think the record is doing 6 tri-caps in one night. That's how many you can get in if you do it like super efficiently, right? So yeah, that is going to be it for this video, guys. Make sure before the next episode to try and get the Master Rank 11 just by getting all the weapons and Warframes that you might not have got yet and then leveling them from level 0 to 30. And yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button below. Subscribe for more Warframe content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.